I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of colour. So today's video is all about the ordinary and the combinations that you want to avoid. Now there's quite a complicated graph chart if you go onto their website which tells you what you shouldn't combine. So I just thought I'd make your life a little bit easier, put it into a video for you. I'm going to make other videos for the best combinations for hyperpigmentation, for anti-aging and for acne. Then I'm also going to teach you how to layer them as well. So this is basically a whole series of videos on the ordinary specifically for skin of color. The reason why skin of color is different to Caucasian skin is that our skin has large melanocytes, those are cells that produce the pigment melanin, and those cells are easily triggered. If we irritate those cells and we burn, we will pigment. It's called PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And it's the thing that I want to avoid. A lot of the products that you purchase over the counter were actually designed for Caucasian skin. And so this channel really is dedicated to teaching you the best products for your skin. Okay, so moving on to the first combination that you want to avoid, and that is your retinol or retinoids with the buffet range. So that's buffet or the copper peptides. Now, I think there's something to do with their formulation, to be honest, because you do find a lot of effective products that have vitamin A and peptides in them. So it could just be the way that this is formulated that doesn't work well together. And what I noticed from the table was that actually it's not just vitamin A, it's actually all the antioxidants that you don't mix buffet with, or copper peptides either. So that's important to note. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the list, which is the vitamin C section. Now, there are lots of different vitamin Cs with the ordinary. They have direct vitamin Cs and then they have derivatives of vitamin Cs, and these two behave very differently. So let's start off with direct vitamin C. So you've got 100% L-ascorbic acid, and there's a long list of things that you should not be combining with this. Okay, so it starts off with the AHA BHA solution. So you don't want to combine L-ascorbic acid with that. You want to avoid glycolic acid, azelaic acid, mandelic acid. You want to avoid lactic acid, also alpha lipoic acid. I'm not sure if I've said that or not. It's basically all the acids. You also want to avoid peptides. So there's 3 peptides, the buffet, the peptides plus copper, and also matrixyl. So avoid all 3 when you're using 100% ascorbic acid. Now, the next group of vitamin Cs behave in quite a similar way as well. So we have the 2% alpha arbutin plus the 8% ascorbic acid. There's the ethylated ascorbic acid. There's also the 23% vitamin C suspension and the 30% vitamin C. Now, with these vitamin Cs, they react with niacinamide. They shouldn't be worn with niacinamide. They shouldn't be worn with any of the peptides. And also avoid EUK2. Now, I know this is sounding very complicated and it does feel like, you know, whatever you choose is going to burn your skin if you put the two together. This isn't the case. What's basically happening for most of these combinations is they are actually just making one ingredient or one product redundant and making it less effective. Yes, there are some combinations that are going to irritate the skin, and I will highlight those. But a lot of these combinations are just, you know, it's not an effective skincare routine. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is so that it's really clear why you need to know exactly which products to purchase from the ordinary and then how to layer them. So that will be in the next video. First of all, you need to know what not to combine just in case you're making these mistakes right now. Okay, so moving on to my next product, which is the AHA BHA. That is the one that's in the red vial, the one that you see all over Instagram and TikTok. I've actually done a whole video on the worst products in the ordinary for skin of color, and that comes up. The reason is it's just far too harsh for skin of color. A lot of people will be fine, okay? I'm not saying everyone's going to burn with it. Absolutely not. However, if you're in that 10% category of skin of color and this is too irritating to your skin, that inflammation can lead to pigmentation. It's just one of the worst things that can happen to your skin because it's completely avoidable. So in my opinion, it's not worth using this product at all. But if you want to use it, then do not combine any other acids with it. This includes the 100% ascorbic acid, the alpha lipoic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid, azelaic acid, includes your salicylic acid. So basically every single acid. In addition, you want to avoid all of the peptides. So that's the BHA, the copper peptides, and the matrixyl. It's actually a really long list of things to avoid when it comes to using that. Personally, I would avoid that product. Now, if you love BHA, which is a very good product for skin of color, there are actually a lot of other products that you need to avoid. You want to avoid all the vitamin A's, that's the retinols and the gram-active retinoids. You want to avoid a lot of the vitamin C's, especially the direct vitamin C's. You want to avoid also the other peptides as well, obviously. So the copper peptide and matrixyl. You want to avoid the resveratrol and ferulic acid. Those are antioxidants, and EUK, which is also another antioxidant. And lastly is one of my favorite products from The Ordinary, and that is the niacinamide. So niacinamide, you actually want to avoid with all the vitamin C's except magnesium ascorbate phosphate. And it could be because of the pH. Usually for all of the vitamin C's, the pH is acidic, so it's quite low, and the pH of niacinamide is neutral. And so it can render the vitamin C and stop it from working. However, if you do have both products, I would alternate them and wear them, you know, one night wear the niacinamide, one night wear your ascorbic acid, for example. So I wouldn't throw anything away because they're both fantastic products and your skin can really benefit from both ingredients. If you really want to wear niacinamide with vitamin C, you need to find a formula which has them in it. Now, I love The Ordinary. I think The Ordinary democratizes skincare. It means that we can pick and choose. It means that we can learn and educate ourselves more about skin. You know, I'm a huge fan of The Ordinary. It's got no fragrance in it. The actual formulations are fantastic. I'm a formulator myself, and so I go into a lot of detail when it comes to looking at formulations to tell you whether or not I think it's suitable. The problem is you can't actually wear too many ingredients at once, because after you start layering, you know, by the time you're on your third or fourth layer, you're not getting much penetration into the skin. And so that means you've got maybe 3 or 4 actives on the skin maximum, which is very good. However, with skin of color, sometimes, especially when it comes to pigmentation, we require multiple ingredients in order to see the results that we want. So if you want to follow me at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, which is my Instagram handle, you can actually see our before and after photos. I basically specialize in treating pigmentation for skin of color. And this year, I'm actually going to start training doctors globally on how to treat pigmentation in skin of color. Thank you very much for watching today. I have made a free guide for you on skincare for skin of color. Please don't forget to download it. The link is in the description box below. Don't forget, I will be making the layering for different problems for skin of color. So pigmentation, anti-aging, and acne prone skin. If there are any other The Ordinary videos you want me to make, or actually any videos or any brands you want me to talk about, please can you write it below, and also let me know what country you're from, because I'm very aware skin of color are global. We're not just in the UK, and so you've got access obviously to different skincare lines, and I'd love to investigate those for you so that you know the best products for your skin and how to apply them to get maximum benefit. Thank you.